No substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 Bruce Willis movies.
Right.
So Glass is out, and excited to see Bruce Willis back on the screen. Granted, we saw him in Death Wish. Nothing new there. But him coming back
off his bombs.
him coming back as David Dunn, that was enough for me at the end of Split. So hell yeah, let's talk some Bruce Willis.
All right.
Surprised we've never done Bruce Willis movies.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. We also have not done Arnold Schwarzenegger yet.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yes.
Was I here for that?
Running Man in there. You put
Oh yeah! I don't remember my top 5s. I just write them down.
Well, this is guaranteed to be controversial, supposedly, because you're thinking nobody's gonna like your list.
Nobody's gonna like my list.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's go. First one, 2019. Terrence, go first.
All right. So my top 5 list that you guys are bound to hate because I put movies that I like, and it's my list.
Your top 5.
It is. Who cares what you guys think? All right. So number 5. Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. Not bad.
I like westerns. I like Bruce Willis, and I like Bruce Willis in westerns.
That's not a western.
It's more of a western.
No, it's not.
It's more of like
a gangster pick.
A gangster in the old times, and it was westerny. It's westerny. It's westerny. It's westerny. I mean, because it was like
gangsters, 19.
Whatever.
All right. So what did you like about Last Man Standing?
I like the fight scenes. I liked every time Bruce Willis is on screen, he commands attention. I like what he did, and I like seeing him in that particular moment. Kind of like how we like seeing.
Yeah, we see them a lot.
Mr. Rogers right now. He's playing Mr. Rogers.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks. There you go. How we like seeing Tom Hanks in the mile, not the mile thing.
3 Mile?
No. The one when he's a gangster in it.
Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition, kind of that same way. So when I saw Road to Perdition, it made me think of Last Man Standing.
I can see that. Yeah, it's the fedora.
Exactly, it's the fedora, it's the guns, it was the fight scenes, it's Bruce Willis on screen. I love everything about that movie. That movie's a great movie, and it's one of those movies where it gets played. Well, it used to get played on TV quite a bit, and I would watch it every time it was on TV. So, all right. Even though I call it westerny, who cares? It's
not. Whatever.
Number 4, another Bruce Willis film, The Last Boy Scout.
I'll give you that.
The Last Boy Scout, I figure, is probably on your list.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's number 4, but it's number 4 on my list because there are 3 other films better than it. And The Last Boy Scout is a funny-ass movie. Okay. Him and Damon Wayans, or not Damon Wayans.
Yeah, it was
Damon, okay, yeah, him and Damon Wayans. I don't know, I was getting ready to think Marlon for some reason. Him and Damon Wayans.
Like teenagers.
I know, right? Him and Damon Wayans had the best on-screen chemistry that I had.
And why did we never see anything with them again?
Never once. We saw Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan together, but we could not see another Damon Wayans Bruce Willis team up.
Give me second to The Last Boy Scout.
Dude, if they had just cast Damon Wayans, I would have loved to go see that film. I would have loved to see that film. Maybe because Bruce Willis has aged more than Damon Wayans has aged.
Maybe, but
facially,
I think, but that came out like in what, 89, maybe a little later than that, 90. And any time after that, 95, give me a 96, 97, 98, you had all that time for them to do at least one more together. Give me a trilogy, F it.
I mean, look how many films that Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson did together. We can't get one more. So one of the great things about The Last Boy Scout, it always made me think of 48 Hours.
I can see that.
It gave me a big 48 Hours vibe. Really gave me a 48 Hours vibe.
Yeah.
And just to see them have to deal with each other and have like such good chemistry together. And that's, I can continue to go on, but I guess that's where I'm going to stop. Number 3! All right, number 3, I'm going to go with, and I was faltering on this one because I didn't know where I wanted to put it, but I know I wanted to put it on my list. 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys, really?
Did you not like 12 Monkeys?
I don't like 12 Monkeys.
I love 12 Monkeys.
It's okay.
Seeing how he had to do it with crazy Brad Pitt. And just the whole fact where you got lost in the whole psychosis of the film was like, is he really going back in time or is he crazy? And then the very end of the film, spoiler, where it all loops back together and it's kind of like he is the reason that he went back in time. You know, like he is the cause of this whole thing. Well, it was Brad Pitt too, but the reason they sent him back was to stop this whole event, and he was the whole event.
I've never seen it.
It's a great film.
So
It's a
thank you
great
for
film.
telling me the entire ending.
I know, just like a trailer. Just like that dog trailer we saw. Dude, this film is like super old. If I had to do a spoiler alert for that, it's watch movies.
Don't worry about it.
Watch movies. Number 2. So talking about looping back again. Looper. He did a great job in Looper. Him and Jordan Good. You know what? Bruce Willis can work with anybody. Can work except Tracy Morgan. Can work with anybody.
According to Hollywood, no, he's very difficult.
I mean, he might be difficult to work with behind the scenes, but on screen, he knows how to work. I mean, he knows how to be in chemistry with somebody else on screen. Him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt being on screen. I laughed the fact that they made Joseph Gordon-Levitt look like Bruce Willis. They didn't go the other way around.
I thought they pulled it off. It was a great movie.
It was a great movie. It's such a great movie that it's one of those films. I don't like a lot of time traveling films. There's a lot of films that do time traveling that I'm okay with. You know, you have Terminator, you have the Flash in the comics and stuff like that. You got Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Shut up. And you got Looper. I was like, that's what this film did well with time travel in such a great way. And I think it shared the balance between him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt enough to where like they both got a good amount of screen time. And when I got Bruce Willis on screen, I was happy. He made me think that he would be an old grizzled ex, whatever they were called, loopers, time persons, closeout looper thingy. You saw the movie. You know how to spell it.
I thought Gordon-Levitt was the shining part of that whole movie.
No,
actually, I thought he was freaking.
No, he did a great job. He did a great Bruce Willis impression, but I love Bruce Willis in this film.
Okay.
All right.
Number one.
Guess what my number 1 is?
Die Hard.
There you go. Did we really have to write that number 1? This should have been the top 2 through 4 list. Which Die Hard?
1.
Of course. Because I almost thought about putting Vengeance, but not as my number 1. But I almost thought about putting Vengeance on the list, but it's number 1. It's like, come to the coast, we'll have a few laughs.
I think it's gonna end up being mine that's a little hated, but
Oh, wow. Well, I mean,
not really.
the lines you took away from that film, his performance in that film, I mean, it's still the best Christmas movie ever.
of all time.
And Hans Gruber, it's like, Hans Gruber was great, but just the fact that, you know, his villain in the film and him trying to overcome that villain and having to walk around in a gunfight with no shoes and some style still make it through there, climbing through, you know, air ducts and not suffocating and dying like any other person would have done. And one man come to the coast. It was basically white Beverly Hills Cop.
White Beverly. Alright. My number 5 actually starts with The Sixth Sense.
I thought about putting The Sixth Sense in a movie on the list, but I felt it was more about the kid than him.
True, but he did not play Bruce Willis in it.
He did not play Bruce Willis in it.
And that is one of the reasons why I like, you look at everything else, with the exception of Look Who's Talking, but even in that,
or Unbreakable.
but this was the first time that I had ever seen him like not be Bruce Willis.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, because I know he did Bonfire of the Vanities and some other stuff like that. I get it, but
that was more of a moonlighting Bruce Willis.
Yeah, exactly. But this one was the first time that I ever seen him not be Bruce Willis and carry it also. Haley Joel Osment was awesome. Hell, I think he was nominated for a freaking Oscar, that little kid.
He was.
Right? So, but just everything, and then the context of where his character's at, and I mean, one of the best endings, probably top 5 endings of all time.
That you can never be surprised by ever again.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was my number 5.
Number 4.
That was also The Last Boy Scout.
All right, I'm surprised that you put that one on there.
Together, man. Them two together, the chemistry was awesome.
Yeah.
It really was awesome. But his freaking one-liners were just amazing. Just freaking funny. It's like, when he punches him, touch me again, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
They throw him the freaking squirrel, and he's asleep, all bummy in his car. And they throw him the dead squirrel, and then he gets it. I think I banged a squirrel to death last night. I mean, just everything about Joe Hallenbeck, the character, was just freaking awesome. In all honesty, I really, really thought Joe Hallenbeck was better than John McClane in a lot of ways.
Really?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. I think maybe as a cop. Well, he was a private investigator, I know, but there's just a lot of things I liked about Joe Hallenbeck that I didn't, that was better than John McClane, but we'll get to that another later. But regardless, seeing Halle Berry as a stripper, enough said, I'm in.
That was my precursor to what was the movie with Hugh Jackman?
I have no idea. There's a lot of movies with Hugh Jackman.
With Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry.
Oh, Swordfish.
Yeah, it was my prequel to Swordfish.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so real quick, I'm gonna take a time out real quick. So check this out. Don't edit it. But
I'm gonna edit.
all right. Number 3.
Number 3.
What's Die Hard?
Of course. Why is it number 3, sir? It better be Die Hard with a Vengeance at number 3. It better not be the first Die Hard.
The first Die Hard is number 3 for me.
I'm gonna throw your list away.
All right. Best Christmas movie.
Best Christmas movie of all time?
The man that doesn't want to really be there or be the hero, but he is the hero. First time that's happened. That's why. And I've said this like so many times. Die Hard on a battleship. Speed. Die Hard on a bus.
Everything was Die Hard on something.
So. But yeah, the original always, because Borderline pretty much, he was still moonlighting Bruce Willis there. So
With a gun.
With a gun, yeah.
And no shoes.
So
I still don't know how he did that.
fish with toes.
Dude, I can step on a Lego and I was like, that's the end of my day. He stepped on glass.
Either way, great cast. Alan Rickman was freaking just gold. I love Die Hard. It's just one of the best movies he's ever done. Best characters ever depicted on film. I love it.
Yeah.
Number 2.
That's why he did it 4 times.
And I'm sorry.
Number 2.
He did it 5 times.
He did it 5 times. Oh yeah, we don't count that one. We don't count that one with the Apple Boy. We don't count that
Number
one.
2.
Number 2.
Pulp Fiction. Come on.
Dude, it was one segment. That's
It
not
doesn't
enough to give him that
matter. He
movie.
did
It's
it.
one segment.
He did, and his Butch Coolidge was an awesome character.
Great character. One segment of the movie.
I don't care. I loved it. I mean, you could go.
One chapter of the movie was him, and it was like if he had been so like if we were talking about like Samuel Jackson's character or John Travolta's character, where they kind of tied and weaved through the movie, yes. Not as one segment, sir.
I don't care.
Over Die Hard.
Over Die Hard. I'm picking Pulp Fiction over Die Hard.
I don't agree.
I know. Number 1.
No.
It's Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Give me your list. I
told you.
Garbage.
I told you you were gonna hate my list.
My list is amazing.
I told you were gonna hate my. I'll give you credit. Looper was a good movie, but Die Hard with a Vengeance is my favorite Die Hard out of all of them. Yeah, I mean, it starts off.
It's a good movie.
It starts off with
It is
an
the
explosion.
second best Die Hard film.
It starts off with an explosion. It gets right into it. It starts tying in the freaking. It starts tying
once
in
again,
Die Hard 1. It's
best chemistry on screen with him and Samuel Jackson.
Zeus, the god of Olympus. I put
best
lightning bolt up your ass.
Dude, Bruce Willis can work with anybody on screen. Who cares what he does behind the scenes? He can work with anybody on screen. You put him with, except Tracy Morgan. He does great. Not better than the first one.
To me, it's better than the first one. John McTiernan comes back. He directs it. Same director from Die Hard 1. Jeremy Irons is freaking gold too, just as much as Alan Rickman was.
Yes.
A little bit more ruthless there, I thought. He was a lot more ruthless than Hans Gruber was.
Well, he had an opportunity to do more because they weren't trapped in a building.
Right. That's very true. That's very true. But you have all of the villains, the terrorists. You had the guy that looked like Alexander. What's his name? That looked like Carl, but it was a different version of Carl.
Was it?
With the glasses.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But you got so many things now. This is a time when bombs are gonna go off like Speed and Blown Away. This is around the time that they. So why not dive into that market? So they did that. But I just like that he had all of New York to play with. He was not confined to a building. He was not confined to an airport. Right. He had all of New York. So that's why I liked it so much. And just the not necessarily the riddle.
It was Die Hard in New York.
Die Hard in New York. Either way, freaking awesome. I love that movie.
All right. Honorable mentions. All right, my honorable mentions, and I'll put my favorite honorable mention at the end. But my honorable mention is gonna be Armageddon. I think he did a great job in Armageddon, even though it was, I mean, it was, as a oil digger.
First time I saw him die on screen.
Yeah, there you go. Pulp Fiction did make my honorable mentions.
Why?
Because it's only on the honorable mentions because he was only one segment. Sixth Sense did make my honorable mentions, and my last one, and this is the one I really wanted on my honorable mentions, is Hudson Hawk. I watched this movie non-stop as a kid. I love the movie. I love the fact that he sang a song on his jobs, and it was how he kept time, and I don't know why it resonated so much with me, but I did not stop watching this film. Like my whole childhood, I just kept watching this film over and over again.
So I take it you had it for Andy McDowell. Is that what it is?
I don't even think it was because it was really, I just liked Bruce Willis in the film. That was my first man crush, was Bruce Willis. Sorry, Ryan, I had somebody before you. Where'd Ryan go anyway? He fell.
Mine is, my honorable mention start with Sin City.
Okay.
I liked him in Sin City a lot. A new way of looking at, I mean, he was still Bruce Willis, but just a really different type of film that he did back in the day was Fifth Element.
See, I think Fifth Element's overrated.
But it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
That's why it's an honorable mention.
Because it's such a cult film, and I'm like, why?
But is it more? See, me personally, I think it's more because of Mila.
Yeah, it was Mila.
I think it was more because of Mila than it was.
I mean, because she was basically naked the whole time.
And even Gary Oldman. I mean, he was gold in that movie.
And and Chris Tucker doing his best Prince impersonation.
It was hilarious. I had Looper also, Armageddon also. One that was underrated, I thought. You probably wouldn't agree, but The Jackal. I thought he was really good at The Jackal with him and Richard Gere.
I was kind of disappointed with The Jackal.
I like that one, though. I thought it was pretty cool. Unbreakable, of course.
Okay.
How about Whole 9 Yards?
It's funny.
He was hilarious in The Whole 9 Yards. I liked him a lot in The Whole 9 Yards.
I actually kind of forgot about The Whole 9 Yards.
But it takes you back to what you were talking about with the chemistry that he can work with freaking everybody. Yeah. Because him and Matthew Perry are hilarious together. I mean, they did The Whole 10 Yards. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, so
wait, Matthew Perry gets 2 movies, but David Wayans doesn't get
Hey, what's wrong with you, Hollywood?
Red was okay.
I liked Red.
That was when Jerry Action was starting, stuff like that, so Red was okay.
And I don't care what you say, Live Free or Die Hard.
No.
I love that movie.
No.
It's hilarious.
No.
It was good.
With who? Live Free? Okay, that was the one with Apple Guy. Wait, he did another one. He did with the...
He did the one with Jack Courtney. It was awful.
That was...
freaking awful. Good Day to Die Hard.
6?
That was 5.
That was 5?
Yes.
So Die Hard Adventure, I thought Die Hard Adventure was 4.
3.
Oh, it was 3, okay.
Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard was 4.
Okay, all right.
And the reason why I like that so much is because he's still John McClane. He's still John McClane. Where you get to 5 and he's in Russia.
Yeah.
And they're shooting at him, and he's still arguing with his son.
Yeah.
John McClane would have been like, "Oh shit, get your ass down, get down, whatever." But he wasn't like that. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?
Because he's like, I'm
arguing with him.
I'm grizzled, diehard guy. Look, I've been through 4 other movies. The flies. You're like the buzzing the flies to him.
Yeah. And last but not least was Look Who's Talking. He was hilarious. Hey, and guess what? Look Who's Talking 2 had him and David Wayans together. Terrence, take us home.
Not on screen. Yes, okay, so obviously there's a lot of Bruce Willis films, a lot of good Bruce Willis films that you guys can put on your top 5 list. Make sure you put it in the comments below. Tell us what you guys thought, or what were the better ones that didn't include Die Hard with Vengeance as number 1, because that is not the number 1 Bruce Willis film. It's just Die Hard all the time. Put it in the comments below. You can blow him up about putting Die Hard with Vengeance, just like you guys blew me up about Batman at number 5.
That's my turn for the year.
Yeah, there you go. Die Hard at number 3. Whatever. Make sure if this is the first time that you're on the channel, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel.
All right. This is episode 95 of Top
Almost
5.
to 100.
So we're almost at 100. We will definitely break 100 this year, so we look forward to doing that.
Yes.
Leave your comments below on what should be the 100th episode. What is the topic for number 100?
It's probably going to be like our Valentine's Day one.
I hope not. Anyway, after not where the hell they're at, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time. Die Hard with Vengeance is better, sorry.
It is not. You were wrong, sir. You're wrong, sir. You want to say I'm wrong about Batman at number 5? You're wrong about Die Hard with Vengeance. What are they texting about?
Freaking women's texting.
Oh, that's right. He said that they beat them, right?
Not impressed.
They don't look like the other the men's tag team?
The reason why I'm not impressed is because...
For 60-year-old tits.
Give me my stock right.
No shit. God, we need to do an Elvira topic. And I will post those damn 70s pics when she was... Oh, God.
Okay, which one is this one? Top 5.
Top 5, yeah. Where everybody's going to be upset at me. And you're not going to like my top 5.